Ford Pinto, the explosive icon of American car culture. Hello, and welcome to AutoIcons. Today, we're tackling one of the most infamous names in automotive history, the Ford Pinto. This isn't just a car. It's a rolling symbol of corporate blunders, underwhelming performance, and yes, spontaneous combustion. Strap in, because we're about to embark on a retrospective journey through the comically tragic saga of the Ford Pinto. Let's take a trip back to the early 1970s. The world was knee-deep in the oil crisis, and American car manufacturers decided it was time to downsize. Enter the Ford Pinto in 1971, a compact car designed to be economical, affordable, and, theoretically, a bit of fun. Henry Ford II famously wanted a car that weighed under 2,000 pounds and cost less than $2,000. Sounds great on paper, but then reality came crashing in. Under the bonnet, the Pinto initially came with a 1.6-liter Kentinlinefourengine, delivering a whopping, wait for it, 75 bhp. Yes, you heard that right. Not 150 or 200, but 75. This car couldn't outrun a determined slug. Driving one was less about speed and more about gauging the wind direction so you could use it to your advantage on a steep hill. But the Pinto's mediocrity didn't stop at its lackluster performance. No, it plunged further into automotive disgrace with its notorious design flaw, the rear-mounted fuel tank. Due to cost-cutting measures, the fuel tank had an unfortunate tendency to rupture upon impact, leading to fires that turned this docile car into a four-wheeled firecracker. The Pinto quickly became a punchline that not before it became a courtroom drama on wheels. Step inside the Pinto and you're greeted by the epitome of 70s automotive interior design. Plastics that probably came from recycled cereal boxes, seats that offered the same support as a garden chair, and an overall aesthetic that screamed, "We've given up." The dashboard was a melange of cheap materials and analog dials that made the interior about as exciting as a dentist's waiting room. Driving the Pinto was an exercise in patience and lowered expectations. The steering was slack, the suspension was a bouncy castle on a bad day, and the brakes were as effective as a polite suggestion. Cornering wasn't so much an exercise in precision as it was a plea for divine intervention. Acceleration? It's best to think of it as a gradual suggestion rather than a firm command. The Pinto also came with a 3-speed automatic or a 4-speed manual gearbox style. Neither option did much to improve the driving experience. The gear shifts were akin to stirring a bowl of cold porridge, sluggish and deeply unsatisfying. But the Pinto wasn't entirely without charm. There was something endearing about its simplicity. It was a car that wore its faults on its sleeve, unpretentious and almost painfully honest. And yet, for all its shortcomings, the Pinto had a peculiar cultural impact. It sold over 3 million units during its run from 1971 to 1980. It represented an era of compromise in American car manufacturing, where the pursuit of the economical unfortunately led to corners being cut, quite literally in this case. It also paved the way for modern consumer protection laws, as its fiery reputation prompted significant changes in automotive safety standards. The Pinto even enjoyed a quirky resurgence in popular culture. Movies and TV shows that featured it turned its notoriety into a bizarre badge of honor. The Pinto wasn't just a car, it was a conversation piece, a relic of a bygone era when safety was often a mere afterthought. So why does the Ford Pinto matter? It serves as a potent reminder of what happens when cost-cutting overrides common sense. It's a lesson in humility and a symbol of a time when American car manufacturers had to learn some very hard lessons, sometimes literally going up in flames. If you ever find yourself in the driver's seat of a Pinto, consider it an adventure in automotive history. It's not fast, it's not stylish, and it's certainly not safe. But it's an icon in its own right, a testament to the importance of learning from one's mistakes.